Alright guys, Raw Russell here, and today it's my WWE Fastlane 2016 pay-per-view predictions. Apollo Crews shirt today, changing it up a little bit. So Fastlane, pay-per-view that, there's a few matches I'm interested in. A lot of it is just sort of, again, put together at the last second, which does make me kind of sad, but I do know there will be some quality on this pay-per-view. So if we start off with the Edge and Christian Cutting Edge Peep Show, that's creative, which will have the New Day, and there will be a match from this, I bloody hope, because there's only 7 matches on the card, so it makes sense to have a match from this. It could be the New Day versus the Usos, there's that. It could also be the New Day versus the Dudleys. It could be the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson, which I want, for the love of God. It could be Gallows and Anderson, but I feel like they're going to have them in NXT first because they're going to do the Battle Club in NXT before they bring them up to the main roster. So my last guess is the New Day versus Enzo and Cass, because Enzo and Cass have been backstage a lot recently, so it makes sense for them to be in a... Where the hell's Fastlane taking place? It makes sense for them to be at Fastlane. So, them against the New Day for the tag titles. It might just be a segment to set up a match at Mania, which I'm probably thinking it might be more of just that. But I do think Enzo and Cass will come out during that segment and taunt the New Day and probably set up a match for Mania. They might not have a match with them, but they'll set up a match for Mania. Moving on, we've got AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, match 3 in their series, and it's one apiece. AJ Styles should win this. I feel like a good feud over victory over Chris Jericho is good for him. It's a good place to start. I know Jericho puts everybody over, which is kind of why I've always liked Chris Jericho, because he does the right thing. It's not jobbing because it's Chris Jericho. He doesn't need to job. He has a history and he really doesn't need to job to someone like AJ Styles. But AJ does need a good victory over a guy like Jericho. So it should be Styles. It should be a great match. I've enjoyed the other two they've had. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. One match I'm not looking forward to is the Titans of WWE, Ryback, Big Show and Kane against the Wyatt family, which will be Harper, Rowan and Strowman. This to me, the Titans of WWE, it does set up Wyatt versus Lesnar at Mania, which is a good thing. But this match here looks like the most boring thing in the world, so the Wyatts should win. The Wyatts should beat Ryback, Kane and Big Show, and probably pinning Ryback. But the Titans of WWE, Ryback, Kane and Big Show, really. But yeah, the Wyatts are going to go over there. I don't think that'll be too great. Intercontinental title, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. This should be a great matchup. We've seen it a few weeks on Raw. We've seen it quite a lot. But it's a good match, so I'm going to be entertained by it regardless. In the end, I do think Kevin Owens will retain. He's only just won the title, and it makes sense for him to retain. It should be good, though. I like Owens and Ziggler a lot. Our first of 2 Divas matches on the card, and we've got Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Team Bad, which is Naomi and Tamina Snuka. So, no, it's got to be Becky and Sasha here. They're the younger ones. I think they need the victory. They can set up maybe a triple threat at Mania, or they can do the money match, which is Sasha Banks versus Charlotte at Mania. Regardless, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch need to go over. They're the most over divas on the main roster, I would say, in the WWE, or even in wrestling, but then I forgot Bayley exists. So, speaking of that, NXT at Dallas, I can't wait for that card. I think it might blow Mania out of the water. Second Divas match, Charlotte versus Brie Bella, singles match for the Divas title. This could be Brie Bella's last WWE match, which poses like that, oh well, Trish won the women's title in her last match. Brie Bella's no Trish. And she doesn't exactly have the career of someone like Trish Stratus. So, as nice as it would be to see Brie Bella win the belt, I think it makes sense, and they should not put the belt on her. It would be nice, but they shouldn't put the belt on her, just because Daniel Bryan retired. So Charlotte should retain here, I think pretty convincingly, to set up a matchup with Sasha or Becky at Mania. So Charlotte to retain the title, and I think I've got every belt to be retained, actually, which is interesting. We'll go to the pre-show match next. Kalisto versus Del Rio, 2 out of 3 falls match for the United States title. This one we've seen a few times again, which is kind of making it a bit stale, kind of like Ziggler and Owens. But it should be good, at least 2 out of 3 falls. It poses the question, is it going to be 2 straight falls, or is it going to be 2 to 1? It should be 2 to 1. Del Rio shouldn't lose by 2 falls to none. Del Rio is a former world champion, a former 4-time world champion, I believe. So he should at least put up a fight against Kalisto, but in the end I do think Kalisto will be retaining the United States title, saying that all of the champs tonight will retain. And the main event, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. The winner will face Triple H at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, let me just take a sip of tea quickly. Product placement for The Last of Us. Okay, so they've been pushing Roman Reigns to win this matchup pretty hard, so that seems like the obvious one. However, taking the IC title and Dean Ambrose kind of pushed his stock up, I think, a little bit. Lesnar's the one that isn't actually going to win this. I can't see Brock Lesnar winning this at all. But in the end, I think I'm going to go with Ambrose. I think I want to go with Ambrose because I want to see Dean Ambrose versus Triple H at Mania. I think what they did in the Rumble was entertaining. I think the feud with Ambrose just makes more sense with the fact that he didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase because of Triple H. He didn't win the WWE title Elimination Chamber because of Triple H. And in Money in the Bank this year, he was a fingertip away from winning the title. Survivor Series, he was so close. At Royal Rumble, he was so close, but then Triple H got him over the top rope. So it just makes sense for Dean Ambrose. He is the hero in this. Reigns isn't the hero. Reigns, to me, should lose to Ambrose in this matchup after the Wyatts have taken out Lesnar. Ambrose should probably roll up Reigns quite shockingly, and people should actually be shocked. It should be like, oh my god, Ambrose. And Reigns should look at Ambrose and go, how could you? Spear him, throw him into the barricade, put him through the table, whatever. Just he needs to destroy Dean Ambrose. Turn Roman Reigns heel, feud Roman Reigns with... If John Cena can return, I'd love him to feud with John Cena and have Reigns versus Cena at Mania, because that'd be awesome, I think. In terms of a story, they could do a lot with it. They could do Undertaker at WrestleMania. They could do... hell, I mean, they could do a lot of WrestleMania with Roman Reigns if he's a heel. They could bring back anybody, like, I don't know. I mean, when Rollins comes back as a babyface, that could be something interesting to show, like, you've changed, Roman. And he goes, you've changed too, Seth. I don't know, something like that. But Dean Ambrose, I'm predicting to win. I'm about 60% sure Roman Reigns is going to win, but I'm going to predict Ambrose because that's what I want. I want Ambrose to win. So, thanks for watching, guys. This has been my Fastlane 2016 predictions. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. This has been Revolver Ocelot.